For those of you who don't know, I was born 2 weeks late, and while that isn't important to my life story, it has come up a few times when doctors and nurses joke about how I knew what I was in for. Hey lovelies, happy Friday. I'm Caroline from A Meaningful Blog, where I talk about anything having to do with life, health, school, and planning. It's February 7th, so you should be wearing red. I've got mine here on my pants. Today I want to talk to you about Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Month, week, and why it should be important to you. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe below. So what exactly was I in for once I was born? Well, 5 minutes later, my dad took this picture. I'm already hooked up to machines that are looking at my heart and making sure that it's, doing heart things. Within 30 minutes after I was born, I was hooked up to an IV to keep parts of my heart working the way that they maybe technically shouldn't be for a normal person, but needed to so that I could have surgery in 4 days. Congenital heart defects, or CHDs, are the #1 birth defect, affecting 1 in 100 births. CHDs are different than heart disease. Heart diseases are clinical manifestations of a functionality problem, whereas CHDs are problems in the structure of the heart and are congenital because they're present at birth. So CHDs are because the heart didn't develop properly. There are 40 known CHDs and not a single solidly known cause, and there's no cure. So when people ask me if I'm cured, the answer is no. Everybody's born with a little hole in their heart that closes 24 to 48 hours after they're born, but my doctors wanted mine to stay open for surgery. 4 days later, I had my first open heart surgery. I have since had 3 more open heart surgeries and 7 total surgeries since my first one. So I've had a total of 8 surgeries. 4 of them were open heart and 4 of them are pacemaker only. So I am missing the left side of my heart. I have something called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Kind of. I am missing the left side of my heart. So when everybody else has 4 chambers, I only have 2. My friends with HLHS also have 4 chambers, which is why my heart defect is just so fantastic. I do not have the left side of my heart, so I only have 2 chambers, so I'm a single ventricle. So my official, full diagnosis is an unbalanced atrioventricular canal with a leaking valve and heart block, so I have a pacemaker. Unbalanced atrioventricular canal with a leaking valve and heart block, so I have a pacemaker. So, yeah. My valve does not close. I only have 1 valve. The 1 valve that I do have doesn't close. I think it's getting better, maybe? So when everybody's born, they're born with a hole in their heart, and that is supposed to close within 24 to 72 hours after they're born. My doctors wanted mine open, and then so they put me on medicine for 4 days, and when I went in for my first surgery at 4 days old, they permanently cut that hole open. So I still have that, and that is called a fenestration, which is why I am kind of blue. I'm looking at my toes right now. I'm not showing you my feet because they're disgusting. But, actually my toes are pretty good, even though it's cold. So 20% of my blood is unoxygenated, which for most people would be really bad, but for me, it's great. I used to be purple, and now I'm not. So, yay. And when I was about 2.5, something in there I think, I became tachycardic, which means that my heart rate was going over 200 beats per minute. How fantastic is that? I don't remember how that was found out, but it happened. Actually, it's not that I don't remember, it's that I was never told. I don't know how that was noticed. Probably I turned blue or I just kind of fell over. That's how you know something's wrong. I just fall over or I'm purple. So I got a pacemaker because my atrium and my ventricle were not talking to each other, and they were all just kind of doing their own thing, and then blood wasn't getting to where the blood needed to get. And so they decided to do surgery, and I got a pacemaker put in, which it's in my stomach. It's right under my rib cage. So when I go in for a pacemaker replacement, it's because the battery died. But my last surgery, I broke a lead on Memorial Day 2012, learning how to do a backflip underwater, which was like the coolest thing ever. And then a month later, my doctor was like, you need surgery. So I've never done that again. So my last surgery, I got a new lead sewn onto my heart, so they had to crack my sternum for that, which, I mean, has happened before, but then nobody knew that my sternum got cracked, and then nurses couldn't get my pain under control. So that really was not a fun week. Yeah, so pacemaker, usually if I get a pacemaker replacement, it's just down here, but that surgery ended up coming up here and they had to crack my sternum. They only opened me up like this much, all the way down here, but they were able to put wires up here. Medicine's weird, surgery, weird, all of it, weird. That was my last surgery, and I was only supposed to be in the hospital for like a day, but we couldn't get my pain under control, so I was in the hospital for like 3 days. So I asked followers what questions they had about CHDs, and I asked other friends who have CHDs what questions they get a lot. So I've got about 5 or 6 here on my phone. First question: you're so young, you look so healthy. How can you have heart disease? Well, like I said, CHD and heart disease are different. So I don't have heart disease. Is your day-to-day life impacted by CHD? Yes and no, because I don't know anything different, but I do things so that when you look at my life compared to another healthy 20-year-old woman, they're very different. I take medicine every day. I bundle up a little extra when it's cold outside. I building hop a lot from class to class instead of walking for 10 minutes across campus. So I can't be in extreme temperatures because my heart cannot pump enough blood to heat my body up or cool it down. So I just kind of go to the water if it's really hot, or I bundle up a lot and I don't stay outside for very long if it's really cold. So my mom just realized that I have been on medicine literally every day since the day I was born. And she asked if I ever thought about that, and I said no, because it's normal to me. And she said, oh, I can see the difference because she has a daughter who is healthy, and she also has a daughter who, I am technically healthy right now, but I'm not by everybody else's standards because of my heart defect. So she has a non-CHD and a CHD, so she can see like, oh yeah, that's very different. Are you cured? No, I am not. There are some people who might be cured, but really, if you're born with a heart defect, you should always be making sure that you're going to a cardiologist at least once a year. Hopefully I won't need more open heart surgeries, but I will always need more surgeries because, unfortunately, pacemakers are not rechargeable, even though I swear a Medtronic guy in the doctor's office one time told me that they were working on a vest that you put on and recharge your pacer battery so that you wouldn't have to have more surgeries. I don't actually know if that was true, or if he just told me that because I was sitting in the surgeon's waiting room, terrified, but I remember that clear as day. I'm still waiting for it 15 years later. Medtronic, if this is in development, I would love to be a product tester. Next question, does anything worry or scare you? Yes and no again, I think. I have anxiety, so like everything kind of makes me nervous, but heart-wise, cardiac-wise, mainly just surgeries. I try not to think about it, but it's obviously easier said than done. Surgeries, I don't like. Needles, I don't like. Echoes, I don't like. Echoes don't really scare me. They're just annoying, especially when they have to like get into my throat. Well, not into my throat. So an echo is a sonogram of your heart. So pretty much like when a pregnant woman goes to the doctor, she gets a sonogram of her stomach and the baby. I get one of my chest, my stomach, my neck, my sides, mainly looking at my heart, looking at blood flow out of my heart, into my heart, around my pacemaker. I mean, that's where it feels, but like on the back side of my heart. So I have to lay on my left side and then they put the gel and they get everywhere, and it's really, really annoying. And I have to lay a certain way. I have to lay on my left side with my knees bent. I know you can't see any of this, but my knees are bent, and then my arm is here, and my right arm is on my side, just on top of me. But a lot of times I'm able to tilt my head up and play on my phone. That took years of practice. But yeah, I don't like surgeries. I get very anxious about surgeries, and very, very anxious about blood draws, because I've had some pretty bad blood draws where I got poked and poked and poked and poked and no blood, or I got poked and they had to do it again, or just so many reasons I don't like it. I obviously don't like surgery because I don't think anybody likes surgery. Does it hurt? No. A lot of these are actually yes and no answers, but this one I'm gonna say pretty solidly is no. For me, if I have any pain in my chest or my scar, that's usually a sign of a problem. My scar itches a lot, and my scar is really sensitive, so I can touch the top 1.5 inches of my scar, no problem, but everything below that, so like the bottom majority of it, is super sensitive and can't be touched by like fingernails. So if I have an itch, like I can't itch it with my fingernails. I can't itch it with like the pads of my fingers. I clump up like a group of fabric and I just rub it. It's weird, but it helps, I guess. But no, if I feel pain, that's usually a problem. So yeah. Or I just had surgery. Like I shouldn't be feeling any pain. But I know that some people do feel pain sometimes, but not for me. When is my next surgery? My next surgery, I believe, is in about 5 to 6 years. I don't know exactly. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think last year at my cardio appointment, it was 6 years. But now, yeah, so 6 years last year, and then I go back in March. So I'll have an update on that. And that would just be my pacemaker getting a new one because the battery dies. So go out there, my lovelies. Tell the world about CHD. Help me out. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. I post new videos usually on Fridays, at least I try to, about life, health, school, and planning. Stay lovely and have a meaningful week and month raising CHD awareness.